Hey everyone, this is Jason at Grand Slam Sports Cards and Comics. I'm glad to be back. I was actually on a little trip out to Boston where I was burying the hatchet with the Red Sox. But now we're going to get down to the business of new comic books. So we're going to flip this backwards. That's right. That's an over-the-top reference, by the way, if you've ever seen that one. So let's get down to it. The big news this week, the biggest news of all the land is DC Rebirth, baby. That's right. This came out last week. I was gone. I didn't get to talk about this, but this is DC Rebirth number 1. This is the must-have book of probably the year. This is issue number 1, $2.99. It's about 40 pages. It has some insane revelations in there about what happened with the whole New 52 thing. They've kind of changed a little bit of the continuity, so the story they're trying to tell, and they dropped a bomb, a big bomb, and it's really, really cool. So check out the DC Universe Rebirth. I highly recommend it. Now we have 4 books. There's 4 Rebirth books this week. So Rebirth books, what's happening is we're going to get a Rebirth one-shot for all of these titles, most of your main titles. That's going to be a singleton story, and then that's going to set up the series that comes out later throughout the year. Some of it will be coming out right away. So we had 4 of those this week. This is Superman Rebirth. Yeah, he's just punching stuff. Now, you might have heard that Superman died. This is a different Superman, so it's a new Superman. This is Green Lantern's Rebirth. Not to be confused with Green Lantern Rebirth. I don't think there is a Green Lantern Rebirth, but Hal Jordan, he's like in charge of the Green Lanterns, if I'm not mistaken now. And so he's left 2 behind. This is Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz, if I think that's her name. And yeah, so we have 2 new Green Lanterns that are in charge of Earth. Hal Jordan's done. He's not the protector of 2817, 2814. Sorry, I'm not DC. Bad. We got Green Arrow Rebirth. He's looking at that arrow. He's like, oh, I'm going to shoot somebody. Incredible. Green Arrow's back. He's doing stuff. So check out that Rebirth. And last but not least is Batman Rebirth number 1. This is by superstar writer or on the rise Tom King, who writes Vision. Is one of my favorite writers right now. Check this one out. He's teaming up with Scott Snyder. New direction for Batman. We'll see what happens here. Interesting stuff going on here. But most of these are just kind of set-up stories, enough to tease you. They're actually just gigantic advertisements is what I discovered. But definitely check them out for $2.99. Get on board. It's DC Rebirth. We're trying to get back to where we were before. All right. Issue number 155 of The Walking Dead series is over for now. Please come back and get these books. They'll keep the fix. They'll keep the fix alive. You know what I'm saying? Love Walking Dead. Paper Girls number 6. I don't know if there's been a hiatus. I don't see time that way. So I think there was a little break between this one. So now the shocking conclusion of Paper Girls 5 we've now picked up for issue 6. Definitely check out Paper Girls. What a great story. It's about newspapers from the 80s. I did some videos about it at one point in my life. So so let's get down to Marvel. I got a few Marvel picks here. A lot of really cool stuff from Marvel. I'm always excited about Marvel. You know me. The first one here, this is a weird recommendation for me, is Deadpool. Deadpool I usually talk about when it comes out every week, so it's kind of a joke. But this one is especially cool, because look at that cover. That's right. And then this is, it's a $9.99, I get it, but it's 4 comic books in one, that's right. There is 2 Deadpool books, 1 Power Man and Iron Fist, and a Daredevil book, or that's the most important one to me. So I'm actually going to read, this is the first Deadpool book I've picked up in a long time for my personal collection. I'm going to read this to find out what they do. I don't know. Like, if Deadpool and Daredevil got together, like, Deadpool would just be like, seriously, dude? Like, justice and spoons? Come on, man. Like, no chimichangas. I don't like that stuff. It gives me gas. I have heightened senses. Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 13. Some days, I just don't really care about what's going on in Spider-Man. Look at this cover. Just look at Alexis Ross's art. Definitely check this out. The Spider-Man books have been great. The covers, it's just worth it. This is art. You're paying $2.99 for a beautiful print of some awesome art. Definitely check it out. I love all new, all different Avengers. Definitely check out number 10. Looks really cool. I think that's Quasar. They're going into space. Avengers in space. That's where all the cool things happen, guys. If you've been reading Guardians of the Galaxy. Big note on Punisher number 2. This is out, finally. Issue number 1 came out right before Free Comic Book Day, so at the end of April. So it took about a month, 5 weeks. Art by Steve Dillon. I can't say enough about Steve Dillon. If you don't get a Punisher book by Steve Dillon, you are missing out. Get it while it's hot and lasts. I sold out of Punisher #1, so definitely don't pass out on Punisher #2. Invincible Iron Man. I'm a huge fan of this book. Looks like Mary Jane, a little cute little cover. You know, she's just like drinking the coffee and stuff. I'm excited for this. Road to Civil War 2. Kind of starting to see how these pictures are lining up, how both of the sides are going to work. So definitely check out Invincible Iron Man. It's by Bendis. Great book. Last but not least, the High Flamma, the Mamma Jamma, the 360-degree basketball shooting slam dunking pick of the week is Civil War Deuce. I mean, I like the DC stuff too, but let's be honest here. This book lives up to just the dreamy coolness that Marvel can conjure up out of their ideas, the House of Ideas. It's a morality play, and Marvel does what they do best. When they get to do morality plays and things like that, looking at the core of these characters, we get to introduce characters that we know very well and bring in new characters that we don't know too much about, involving the Inhumans. Lots of cool stuff here. Really gorgeous cover. David Marquez is the artist for this one. He did the first Iron Man issues, if you were getting that book. Really cool book in here. Not a lot of action. You know, it's classic Marvel. There's a lot of stuff that they're discussing. Lots of talking. Bendis is good about that stuff. But honestly, I'm really impressed with this book. Now we know what is going on, why the Civil War is happening. It's not just some incident in a school. This is going to shake the superhuman community to its core, over the people's use of power. You know, it's like, where do we draw the line? So really cool stuff. So yeah, that's a lot of books, a lot of great stuff this week. A big week at Grand Slam, the first week of June. So get ready to be reborn. Get ready for Civil War. It's going to be a messy summer. Thanks for coming out and checking out this video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the future at 1730 West Eisenhower in Loveland, Colorado. Peace. 2 fingers.